think about that. What are the Pentecost experiences you have lived in your lifetime? Perhaps there was that mountaintop experience at Bible camp. Perhaps there was the breaking down of boundaries around race or gender. Perhaps it was seeing the church do a new thing when it came to sexual orientation. Or even Minnesota, saying that hallelujah, there we go. Takes a good Southern boy every once in a while. To do something new. And yet it doesn't stop there. That was perhaps the most profound thing for me this week, is I went to the Capitol 4 days in a row. There for the issue of marriage equality. And then Wednesday came around, and I had the email saying, will you go back again? We need this homeowner's Bill of Rights to stop bankers from doing dual tracking and starting foreclosure procedures. Will you go back again to help those who are struggling on margins, to make sure that education gets a fair shake? Wednesday I went back to the Capitol, because I knew that the Pentecost moment wasn't over. That we as people of God are always called to live into and to do a new thing. And I've seen you at work, experiencing the holy and being out there in the world and the community, saying, we can do this. We can do something new, and we can challenge ourselves in new ways. The question that we will be working on over the next several months is, what are the new things that we as a community are called to do? Are we ready to devote ourselves to talking about race and privilege? Are we willing to talk with our neighbors here who are struggling with foreclosure, one of whom was in adult education last Sunday, and to say, we will stand with you in the midst of these difficult times? Are we willing to talk about what it means to do ethnic-specific ministry? As we see El Milagro dissolve, are we willing to recognize the struggles for ethnic-specific ministries in our synod and in our larger church? Because financially, it's not viable for 1 year or 5 years, or oftentimes even 10 years. It takes the work of the whole to stand together and to do a new thing. For some, doing a new thing may simply mean stepping out of these doors, and rather than doing the nice smile and nod thing, when someone says, what did you do this morning? It may mean saying, I went to Calvary Lutheran Church, and you should have seen what was happening there. There's a musical, and there are people being fed at the food shelf, and the Urban Arts Academy is helping children in the neighborhood. And the list goes on and on and on. And rather than simply smiling and saying, oh, it was a nice day, went to church, to take that opportunity and allow the Spirit to move and work in us and through us. It's not always comfortable. And we might get labeled as touched. And I don't mean touched by the Spirit. There may be people who will simply say, you're touched. And that is okay. Because God continues to work and challenges us to be a new people and to do a new thing. Teaching, leading, sanctifying, and equipping us for ministry. And my hope and prayer today is that you feel that Spirit. And that you are equipped. Because the streets are calling. Our neighbors are calling. The legislators are listening. And people are wondering. Saying simply, Where is God today? Jesus, where are you? Who are you? And what's the Spirit about? We become the active participants of making Jesus real and of following the Spirit. Thanks be to her in all of her wisdom and all of her leading. Let us go forth as a people of God. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.